Good evening. Well, evening time, folks. It was a struggle. I'm realizing the more I get into the back into the swing of things, how different things are outside of COVID and that quarantine time. I was on all the time. I was laying like five videos down a day and having fun with it. And now I'm trying to, get a video in, and life is pulling me all around. I'm back on regular schedules and all like that, plus then some. And now, I'm ending up with this tardiness, but I'm still here, and I do appreciate you all staying on and hanging tough with me. We'll try to get it right. I'm just going to negotiate it and continue to communicate how things are moving in my end. I think that's the best I can do. I definitely want to be on here. I'm going to continue to come on here. And I'm thankful that this platform does allow me to go ahead and still reach you all and give you some sort of alert when I am preparing to come on or when I do finally come on. So that's a good thing. My apologies for those people who are looking forward to it and hanging out. Hopefully you were doing it in the comfort and of your own home or in a good casual space. But I'm trying, folks. And the thing is, I can still hop on from, my phone. Oh no, I can't. No, because I can't. I could come on and just be somebody waiting and for it to come on like everybody else. But I need to be on a laptop, have a backdrop and the whole shebang. So we'll get there, folks. I hope everybody had a good day. Happy Monday. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I myself had a pretty decent weekend, and nothing short of outstanding again. You hear Renita in the background. Preparing some things. She likes to pre-cook and prep for the week. So she's trying to get everything moving along. She definitely, it's like a factory in the household. She gets things going and just starts doing stuff. And before you know it, we got everything all lined up for the week. So real thankful for that. Hey, Jared, how you doing? China Black, evening time. Apple Crescent. How you doing? Let's see. Thanks, Jada. Yes, indeed. We're here and we definitely miss Wendy. Indeed. Actually, I think it was Saturday, Sunday. I was on one last night. The nights start blending together. But I think I was on whatever it was. I know my dad was here, and it might have been Friday night. That was Friday night. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Friday night. And I'll tell you, Nita and my dad swung right into action and gave me some little space right there. They actually complimented on how things were moving along and, what you guys were talking about and saying and stuff. I really like the way you all are able to come on here and just have conversations within yourselves as well. I know there's a lot of friends within the channel that have been established in relationships and stuff. And it's nice that I can open it up, talk about. Oh, well, no, yeah. I mean, I know I was on when I was on the boat, but I'm saying like open it up like this, I mean, if you all want some more hang time, I can give you some more hang time, but I'm trying to do more platform time where I'm kind of sitting down and we can kind of talk and stuff like that. Recap, just slow it down a little bit. So, at any rate, what have you all been looking at and seeing? Do you want to share or you want to talk about some stuff? We could talk about some stuff. But as for me, life goes on, thankfully. Tony Bell, I was actually holding for Tony Bell to come on. He's our resident. My wife is just reaching out to Tony and trying to get him get him on here so we could talk about the cruise. You know, we have the second annual cruise, everybody. The Positive Vibe Cruise coming up in November 6th through 10th. And so we want to actually spend some time putting some information on like that. So the idea was to have Tony come on here. The race over the weekend. Thank you very much, DJ, for asking. You know, I'll be honest with you. Best laid plans. We had to get up early in the morning. We had to get up very early in the morning. Why do I have this earbud in? That's why I feel like my equilibrium's off. Like I'm listening, but I hear it's not even. I couldn't even hear anything. It's just like I have it in my ear. I get so accustomed, and so my day is. I just came in and hopped on, folks, and that's how it was. But now I feel a lot better. I felt like something was wrong when I was looking. I was like, "What? Something's different." The race. We ended up getting up. I wanted to go. I was thinking about going swimming before we went over to do the race. Didn't do it. What ended up happening? Putzing around at the house. Ended up getting over there late, and ended up stretching. Got a good stretch in on the grass. Laid out. Got a chance to get a little bit of sun. Saw some good people. I saw a guy, Jamal, fella. He ran out there a couple years ago. I saw him, you know, but I didn't do the run. And you know what? I think that was meant to be. I think it was meant to be, folks, because the more I thought about it and thought about, you know, pushing myself just to, you know, and it's not. I would be pushing myself. And again, it troubles me. It gets me mad because I know I can run, like I have the endurance, but it's just that foot, you know, it's a flat foot, the arch. And I'm just, you know, I don't want to pound and pound. I've been working so hard at strengthening everything and getting it right. And I feel good. But just with that pounding, it can really take you out. And let that be a lesson, folks. You know, a lot of times, you know, people do these exercises. I go to the gym, and I actually went to the gym earlier today. And what happened was I saw so many people with knee wraps on and things. But you know what, those knee wraps, I mean, I used to see them in the North all the time. I mean, that was regular. You go in the supermarket and see people just walking with the wraps and stuff and the bands. And I used to actually do the compression, either compression, you know, compression stockings, folks, or a band or some sort of band to hold all that stuff in, ligaments and tendons and all that stuff, keep it compressed around the knee area, just around those joints, you know. But I noticed a lot of guys that lift heavy, and even like, you know, we get older, and, you know, we should be modifying our workout and staying away from those heavy weights and things and just trying to do reps and do some things that are doable, you know, not stuff that's going to put you on the shelf, you know, or take you off the field for, you know, an indefinite amount of time. So we want to be smart about that. Yeah. Oh, you're hearing a lot of noise in the background now? Hey, Barb. Hey. Ursula. Hey, how you doing? All right. Hey, Andrea's perspective. I hope I'm saying it right. You didn't correct me the last time. I said Andrea or Andrea. Is it Andrea? Andrea. Yeah, so many different ways of saying it. But I hope I wanted to say it. I pulled my back. Oh, man. I pulled the muscle in your back. Good gosh. How'd that happen? DJ, I gotta say, it is nice having you on like a regular. You've really been coming through, really saying some positive things. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I'm a little bushed myself, Barb, you know, a little bushed myself. You know, I believe everything's all prepared in the kitchen and stuff. And I ended up eating so late. Look at the time. My gosh, it's 10:30. You know, just a little something. I just want to have a little portion, you know. This food is so tasty. I just have to have a little portion, and then I'll head to bed. But I got to do it. Especially, it's right here. God, please. Oh, Andrea. Hey, Andrea. All right. All right, good stuff. Thank you. So, yeah, fantastic. Grapefruit season soon. Oh, yeah. Listen, I'm glad you mentioned that apple crescent, because I've been having some horrible. Has anybody been purchasing grapefruit in their areas, ruby red specifically? Well, I'll tell you something. The crop has not been that tasty. I'd say for the past maybe month, about a past month, I've been getting some nasty grapefruit. And Tony Bell's here. Hey, all right. And Maurice is here. Hey, all right. All right, look at this, folks. We get swooped down on. It's swooping season by lifting a box. Good gosh. See that? And DJ, and that did it. Oh, hey. What's going on? What's going on, Tone?
What's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Hey, doing well, man.
Good. What's happening?
Nothing much. I was just talking to the folks out here, and DJ was telling me that pulled the muscle in the back. And so I was trying to say, by lifting a box, sometimes you never know. I'll tell you something, folks. Back when I was in college, I used to work at UPS. I think, everybody in college, I think, was at UPS at some point. But, UPS, I was out there lifting boxes and loading and unloading trailers, those tractor trailers. And then they had the flaps. They had to lift the flaps. Then the flaps were sometimes the clips wouldn't hold. Things would bang you in the head, knock you out, knock you silly for a little bit. You're in trailers that have been sitting out in excessive heat all day long. I worked twilight shift, which was 5 to 9. So, but let me tell you something. All that to say, they had these little tiny boxes sometimes, and you'd say, "Oh yeah, put me in the truck with them." But it could be like little motors in them, or some heavy duty stuff, And that's what you'd have to. And those were the worst ones, because then you have to get. They're not wide; they're small, so you're lifting really from like at an awkward angle, and you're just looking. But I understand, and I wish you a speedy recovery. I know about those boxes.
That's no fun. That's no fun. I remember being a stock boy for Macy's. That's probably the most that I ever did in terms of lifting and moving a whole bunch of stuff around.
Yeah.
And I was like, why am I doing this again? But it was good money, and it was good.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I say, well, my dad used to say it, but I definitely firmly believe it. Everybody needs to, especially young fellas and stuff, they need to get out and just feel what it's like to get out there and get your hands dirty, get your back into it. I worked for a moving company with Allied. It was like a subsidiary of Allied. The fellas at Lowe's, big shout out to my guys up there. They used to say, "Oh man," and they used to pick and choose. You should show up at the dock, the loading dock, or show up on wherever, somewhere around the area. You see, I have those areas. So, you show up and then they pick and choose. I'll take you, and it's like, if they don't pick you, you go home, But I was home for the summer, and I used to like jobs like that. I rode my bicycle there. And I was driving at the time, but I would, treat it like, I got to do it. I got to.
Hustling, man.
Yeah. Even though it wasn't like, I could have gone to someplace else and, whatever, but. That was good. And I actually worked it a couple of summers. And they used to, say, "Oh, there's a schoolboy. That schoolboy's back this summer." But I used to be breaking shit. I mean, not on purpose, but try to lift stuff into the house.
Yeah, of course.
Corners, I was scratching the walls. They were like, "Oh gosh, here he is. He's here." All right, well, look, we're gonna take him. Look, be careful, man. And I was like, "Look, hey, man, those guys were great, man." And
you're not used to it, man. That's what happens.
When you're young, you have fun. Then you have fun. Jobs, you have fun on the jobs, man. I used to ride pallet jacks all around. Hop on them and treat them like kicking goes.
Right.
Get going. Yeah. Hey, here's Maurice is here as well. I just want to tell that quick story.
Sweet. Maurice.
All right. Look, we got.
What's going on, Maurice?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm good, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen you since the pandemic.
I know. I know, yeah, it's been a long
Folks,
time.
this is my cousin Maurice right here. He's on, and we have also Tony Bell, and Tony Bell is my frat brother, good friend of mine, the family, and he's also the person in charge of the trips. So when we go over to Coco Cay and all that stuff, and jump on the Freedom of the Seas last year, and we're stepping it up to Oasis, he's the fellow who's going to tell us all the details, give us all the itinerary and all the amenities of the ship and all the specs. So without further ado, everybody, let's get into it. Tony,
Nice,
what's happening?
nice.
What's the
So,
latest,
man,
man?
so the Oasis of the Seas. Hopefully everybody's ready, man, for the Oasis of the Seas this time around. So this is I think this is a bigger ship. It holds about, I think, 6,700 passengers is what it is.
Wow.
That's a
The
lot.
other one was last year was like 4,000, wasn't there something
It's
like
at
that?
4,000. So yeah, this is
Dig it.
this is definitely a
Wow,
bigger
that's
ship.
substantially different increase.
Yeah, but but I've been on the Oasis, and the Oasis it's a nice ship. I mean, it's not the newest, but it's still newer, right, than a lot of the fleet. So it's a big ship. And I remember I was on it for all of maybe like I was on a 7 day, and even with 7 days, I still didn't get a chance to see all of the ship, believe it or not.
Hey, China Black.
No,
No, go ahead. I was saying hi to China Black.
oh, China Black. Hey, China Black. I haven't seen China Black in a minute. All right. Yeah. So November 7th, we're looking at a 4 day, right? So it leaves out of Fort Lauderdale November 7th. That's a Thursday, and comes back on a Monday, right? Back into Fort
7th through
Lauderdale.
10th, right. I said 6th, 7th through 10th, everybody.
Yeah, 7th through the 10th. So it leaves out of Fort Lauderdale, goes to Nassau, Bahamas, goes to Coco Cay, which is Royal Caribbean's private island. Perfect day at Coco Cay.
Yeah.
A lot of activities there.
Oh man, it was a beautiful.
What did you do? What did you end up doing at Coco Cay?
At Coco Cay, we got on the rides, and we did the stuff like that, And also, you know what happened? I spent a lot of time at the beach, and they had like this. You know how they have? It's almost like Jersey. I missed that splitting. They had like remember Jersey? You have jetty to jetty. You could swim from jetty.
Yep.
I used to swim from jetty to jetty, and would hold in the. And I liked it because it would hold in the tides, so you wouldn't get all those rip currents and stuff. So I like that. But they had a simulate. It might have been a natural thing, but whatever it was nice the way it was. And then one side was a restaurant, so I swim from like the jetty up over to the restaurant. Then I swim back. And then, then I was, having a good time and stuff. Man, I was swimming all day and getting blacker and blacker. That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing on Coco Cay, having a good old time. Because I love the sun and I love the fun. And then the water was just right on point, I'll tell you. And it was just, you know what? It was just they did such a good job, aesthetically.
Yep.
And when you have the landscape that's aesthetically done. I mean, because that's something you think about a car or a house or something, but you're talking about a landscape. It was great. It was manicured, right? And it was wild in certain areas. So you really got a feel for like, wow, I'm on an island. This is really like, something else. And then they had the paths and they had the different, I mean, it was awesome.
What about
that time they actually had vendors up too. They had vendors, and which was great. They had like and it wasn't like vendors that are going to take all your money. They had decent prices and good stuff.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything, man.
And then the ship is right there if you want to go back and you go back on the ship for a little bit or come back out. You had all day.
They're there all day. You can spend all day if you want to. If you don't feel like walking along the island, they have a tram that'll even take you around the island if you want to.
And this was and I was real green because this is my first cruise, everybody. So you all probably been cruising around. You're like all new at it. I mean, I'm new at it. So I was nervous because you know what? I didn't want to go on the cruises because I was heavier back in the day. And I used to love eating, and I still do. I'm having things lined up when I get off the line. But
I don't know if my mic is working.
Oh yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was saying, so the food. I was speaking about the food a few minutes ago.
Food.
I don't know if you guys heard me or not.
No, I didn't hear you.
Yeah. I was saying about the food. The food was good too, as well, right?
Yeah,
Oh, it's
absolutely.
delicious.
Yeah. The food's good, and they
Yeah,
have. I mean, they have pay options and then they have non-pay options. Right? So they have it set up where it's almost like a picnic in a way. It's a lot of barbecue type food that's
right,
free,
right.
But then there's also restaurants that they have if you wanted, to pay for something a little bit more upscale. You can absolutely do that, which is kind of nice. And they even have an area, a beach area that is a little bit more private, and you can kind of upgrade or pay for that as well if you wanted to. You don't have to, because they definitely have a beach for where anybody can sit out. But
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
yeah, they have some. Yeah, they have all these little different areas, and it's really nice, and it's something for everybody, right?
Yeah.
So
I always
it's
like the way
definitely
you
something.
break it down because you actually give out all the information on how what the amenities are, and that whole food thing. If I remember last year, you guys were speaking about the quality of the food was excellent.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the ship, man. I mean, on the ship, fantastic. So you're talking about a number of complimentary restaurants even on the ship. They have like a Mexican restaurant, I think it's called El Loco Fresh. They have the main dining room if you wanted like more of the traditional dining experience. They have, hot dogs. They got Windjammer, which is the buffet that's
Yeah,
upstairs.
yeah.
So they have a number of different types of, eateries that you can participate in. But they also have specialty restaurants too. So say you want a night out, special night at the steakhouse, you can do that, or Italian restaurant at Giovanni's Table.
Nice.
Chops Grill, I think is the steakhouse. So yeah, so they have that as well. Johnny Rockets, they have on
Yeah,
board.
yeah, they had all that.
Yeah, they got sushi on board as well. They got
Everything's
Starbucks
free, man. You just
on
roll
board.
up and
Wow.
get
Yeah,
it.
yes, there's a
That's
lot,
great.
going
Oh
on.
my gosh.
Yeah, a lot going
Jeez.
on. And
I've
and
been,
that's just the restaurant. So there's bars, a lot of bars and lounges as well.
yeah,
So
yeah,
about
yeah.
12 of those, 12 different bars and lounges. You can
Oh,
kind of hang out and grab a drink and listen to some music, and a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
That's beautiful. How you doing, Apple Crescent? I just want to say that too. How you doing? Blessings to you.
Apple Crescent.
Yes, yes.
Wow,
Blessings.
it's been a while, Apple Crescent.
Now that sounds like a great thing. You also have a swimming thing, right? A portion where you could swim. Is that the boat that has the thing, the zigzag? You just go in.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yep.
What's
So
that?
they have oh man, they have the pool, they have pools, they have the flow rider. I think that might be what you're talking about, where you're kind of learn how to surf in a way.
Well,
and then he might be talking about the slide, this big,
Oh, the
big
slide.
slide.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So they got pools, they got whirlpools, they have the slides, right? Absolutely. They have zip lining, they have the flow rider where you can, kind of learn how to how to you know what I'm talking about.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Zip line.
Yeah.
Zip line.
Man, I'm
Let's go
slipping.
back to that whirlpool. You got a whirlpool, you said?
Yeah, you got a couple of whirlpools on the ship. Yeah, a couple of different whirlpools on the ship. So just places to be able to just, hang out in a small whirlpool with a group of friends and chill out.
So one's heated, one side's heated, and the other side's cold.
They do have them heated. Usually I think most of them are heated, but they might have some cool ones as well that aren't heated.
Then you had a jacuzzi that sticks off the side of the boat like a bubble.
Yeah.
Like
So,
you're hanging. You're just like out there heating up,
Yeah,
getting ready to go out to the sharks. And when you're out there, you're just lounging and you're there with relaxing with the big glass, and you're there like this. Like if I was sitting 3-dimensionally out of the boat, just about. You might. Well, I couldn't figure out exactly how it happened, but you know what? It was so nice. The glass was right there and everything. And it was just, I went live on there a couple of times. It was just that's where you could find me in the morning times, trying to pull it together and then going in the pool. Then I had my bands. I was able to hook them to the different poles and stuff. Everybody was so congenial too,
And get your spot early too. I mean, if it's
Yeah.
if we're not at port, especially if we're not at port and it's a sea day, which is basically on the way back for the most part, on the way there and the way back, just make sure you kind of grab a seat for sure. I mean, since it's only 4 days, looks like we're in port for most of the days, but definitely grab your spot by the pool whenever you want to listen to the music and just watch folks have a great time. But I mean, it's so much on this shipping too. It's with the Oasis, because it's larger too. They have a lot more stuff going on. They have an aqua theater, so that's one thing they have. And
I'll pass
with
on
that,
the jacuzzi though. I'll pass
yeah,
on
with the
the
aqua
jacuzzi.
theater, they have these different shows, and that's right at the very end of the ship, where you can almost like see out onto the ocean. But there's a stage that's really right there at the very, very end of the ship. So it's
Really?
pretty cool. Yeah, it's stadium seating, but you're kind of looking at the stage, but around right behind the stage is the water. So it's pretty cool to watch. They got a sports court, they got karaoke, they got a theater with Broadway style shows, they got a spa and fitness center, they got a jogging track. I mean, so much, so much.
And to tell you, the gym wasn't even crowded, because
No, it's
the
not.
gym doesn't get crowded because people go in and out throughout the day. It's not like you're going to say, I'm going to come back after I get off work today, People have all day. It's like whatever schedule you want to do, you go in there.
Exactly. But
and then they had other stuff where the people were putting stuff together, like they would have games, and then they would say, "Hey, who wants to be?" And then the people participate. And it's a lot of fun, great way for people to just warm up and get to know each other on the boat. And so, with us, all coming together, like all united, it's a great way for us to all be part of the activities and stand out. And that's what we did. And we're doing it this year for the second annual. The second annual, I'm sure, is going to be crusher. Can't wait.
Sure, man. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And I have to say that the rates that we have, because we secured them so early, are really, really good and very attractive. And I say that because rates overall for cruises have gone up substantially and people are paying them. So the rates are extremely high. So, for example, for an inside cabin, and I'm just looking at the sheet here, inside cabin, the fare is $1,029 for an inside cabin. That's $515 or $515 per person, right? For an ocean view, it's only $1,031, so not even that much more. $515.50 per person. Inside balcony, so we have inside balcony and outside balcony. Inside balcony, you're basically looking at a courtyard, right? So you have a balcony, but it oversees a courtyard. Outside balcony oversees the ocean. But for the inside balcony, you're talking about $1,317 for the 4 days for the cabin. So that comes out to $658.50 per person.
And you said you're looking at like an atrium. You're looking at inside. Yeah, inside. You're looking at the inside of the cabin, right?
Inside of the boat. Inside balcony. So inside balcony room, you're basically looking out on the courtyard.
Inside the boat, right? You're looking inside.
Yeah, inside the boat. Yeah, inside the boat.
Oh, yeah. We were looking at the ocean, and how much are those going in?
And then for the outside balcony where you're looking at the ocean, it's $1,433 for the entire trip. So that's $716.50 per person this is all based on double occupancy, right?
Gotcha.
So double occupancy rates, right? So those numbers that I gave you are for the cabin, and then I split it out per person just by dividing it by 2.
I'll tell you. Hey, listen, you go to the store and buy a loaf of bread, stuff like that. I came out of the store, I don't even want to talk about it. But you know what? I will say this: all in all, the economy sucks, and it's been tough. But this is something, folks, as you know, and I know, it's something you have to buy. It's an investment. It's something you're buying into. You're buying into a guaranteed peace of mind, place to go, utopia. You just hands are just tied. You don't have to do any work. The toil is done. Just get on the boat and have some fun.
Absolutely.
And let me tell
You know what I would have loved to see if we could have attached that to an airline. You know what I mean? Like, so that people from out of the state can actually fly in on some kind of a package, that'll line up with the ship.
And I can arrange that. I mean, let me tell you, and it's good that you brought that up, man, because the cruise lines do have airfare, so we can book airfare through the cruise line. They tend to be a little bit more attractive than what you can find out there in the market. I even can look up rates myself and book on your behalf those flights. The only problem is, and this is like a little inside tip, right, for everybody, just into the business. Airlines are really, really tight. They do not pay commission to agents. So if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, can you book a flight?" I would say, you know what? You're probably better off booking it yourself because I'm not going to be able to do much better for you. Airlines don't pay any commissions, and they haven't for a long time. So what does that mean? That means that there's no real deals when it comes to airlines.
I mean, listen, we're far enough out. They have Expedia, all this stuff that you can check out.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely,
and get a decent rate.
Right.
When we used to travel around and come out of Jersey and have to connect down here or wherever, that's what you have to do. You kind of have to, go a little bit ways out. The further out you go, the cheaper your rate's probably going to be. So, it's something that definitely you want to plan in advance. This is something that's just like a little penny ante type thing. I know it costs a little something to do it, but you know what? When you get out there and you have those 4 days that go by gradually, because I would tell you that honestly, I was thinking, oh my gosh, time's going to fly by. But when you have that kind of time and you have everybody in that area, it's just, it might go by fast. I don't know, but it just seems so full of stuff to do,
Yeah.
And if you're a sightseer and you just want to people watch, awesome. I do a lot of that. I like to just sometimes, believe it or not, I like to shut up and just watch.
Yeah. Every day there's an agenda. So even when we're important.
And there's so many little areas that you could just sit, perch, and watch and have a great time. And such an amazing time. Read a book, relax, chill, meet people, have it's just great. And the weather's fantastic. Listen, even if there's a little pitter pat of something outside, great times. Now you feel you're inside, you're looking at everything is going through, and you're like, because as a person who's always on and off a boat, I'll tell you something. There's nothing greater than that feeling just being away and disconnected. It really gives you a chance to decompress and get yourself together before you have to come back in and assume the position. So won't you just try to think about that for November 7th through 10th. It's going to be an awesome time. You got the rates. You can run this back loads and loads of time and hear what Tony had to say. Or you can simply reach out to Tony at
gbell@dreamvacations.com. That's gbell, G is in Gregory, Bell, Bell, at dreamvacations.com. Or if you want to give me a call, you can call me direct. And this is my direct number. I don't give it to everybody, but because it's Tommy and Tommy's platform here, I'm giving my direct number 678-520-4743.
Oh my gosh. If I ever forgot my name. And only because I was trying to do it at the same time. I tried to do it. So I did 678-520.
You got part of it in there. Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
And yeah. And Apple Crescent. Yep, she's right there, boy. I tell you, Apple, I tell you, you're on it. All right. And it's Bell, folks. Yeah, Nita. Huh?
Yo, you guys, I got to break out.
All right. Okay, Mo. Hey, thanks a bunch for flying on through, man.
Easy.
There's Mo. Mo, you want to tell them where they can catch you? Well, they can catch you later. So then that's what it is, big skiz. All right. Well, this is what it is, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and post up a couple of things. We got Tony Bell. We're just for the recap. Awesome cruise. Also, families hanging in there. I'll tell you what I know about what's going on my end. Our dad is doing wonderfully,
Excellent.
and that's the whole idea on my daily, folks. On my daily,
I said, hey, man,
I certainly will, Tom.
Always good to talk to him.
Yeah, man, and can't wait till you come down so we can get out there and do some fun stuff and everything. Like, oh, you know what? There's he's gonna be selling tickets. There's a big alpha thing going on down here in the next couple months. And I'll tell you all about it because I know you're traveling around and you might be able to squeeze it in.
Yeah, let me know. Yeah,
and you can already stay here and we have some fun, man.
Cool, that'll work.
Go back over to the Hard Rock so we can watch Nita twerk. You ever? She twerk by the fountain. Yuck. She's going.
I'm not gonna laugh because I'm not gonna get myself in trouble.
Yeah. Come on, I was trying to bait you in. She's gonna kill me. Come on, get some of that. Get some of that beat down. All right, China. Good stuff. Good night, everybody. It was great. You got Tony's information. You got this stuff. Here's Tony, Dream Vacation, and we had fun. So have a
Perfect.
good night, everybody, and get on with it. Have a great Tuesday, Tony.
Thank
And
you, man. You
everybody
too.
on the chat, thank you for your
Have a good
patience,
night.
and have a wonderful night. All right. Boogie, you want to say good night? Come on. Oh, yeah. Good night, everybody. And good night.